All right, let's talk about a skill that honestly has become a real superpower in our crazy, distracted world: the ability to truly focus. We're going to dive into how you can actually develop it, starting right now. Okay, be honest. Does this sound familiar? You sit down at your desk, you're all fired up to tackle that big project, and then what feels like 5 minutes later, you look up and you're just drowning in notifications, a million emails, and a sea of browser tabs. You've been busy, for sure, but have you actually made any real, meaningful progress? It feels like our world is literally engineered to destroy our focus. But here's the good news: you can learn to take it back. So, where do we start? The solution, really, lies in this powerful idea from the computer science professor Cal Newport. In his totally game-changing book, Deep Work, he breaks it all down. He says that pretty much all the work we do can be split into two very, very different categories. Okay, so on one side, you've got what he calls shallow work. You know what this is? It's all the logistical stuff, the tasks that don't really take much brain power. Things like answering routine emails, sitting in on those endless status meetings, mindlessly scrolling through social media. They're easy, anybody can do them, and let's be real, they don't create a lot of new value. But then, on the other side, you have the real gold: deep work. So what is deep work? Newport's definition is so powerful. He says it's any professional activity you do in a state of, get this, distraction-free concentration, the kind of focus that pushes your mind to its absolute limit. This is the zone. It's where you create brand new things, where you solve your toughest problems, where you actually get better at what you do. It is, without a doubt, the work that really, truly matters. And this brings us to what Newport calls the deep work hypothesis, and this is huge. He basically says that the ability to do this kind of focus, deep work, is becoming more and more rare. At the exact same time, it's becoming more and more valuable. Think about that for a second. That gap creates a massive opportunity. It means the very few people who actually build this skill, well, they're the ones who are going to absolutely thrive. And that's exactly why we're calling this a superpower. It isn't just about productivity hacks or, getting more stuff done. No, this is about fundamentally changing the quality and the impact of everything you do. So why is it so valuable? Well, it really boils down to two huge benefits. First, deep work is what lets you learn hard things and learn them fast. I mean, you can't master a complex new skill without intense, uninterrupted focus, right? And second, it allows you to produce at an elite level. You're just not going to create brilliant, high-quality work in those little 5-minute gaps you have between checking your email. It's just not possible. But here's the kicker. Here's the problem. Our modern work culture, it actively fights against deep work. Think about it. Open-plan offices, constant pings from instant messages, the pressure to reply to emails immediately. The whole system creates an environment that rewards looking busy, not actually being productive. It values this busyness as a proxy for productivity instead of rewarding real results. So, how do we fight back? How do we actually build a life that's centered around this kind of depth? Well, this is the best part. Newport gives us a super clear, actionable game plan. It's broken down into 4 simple rules that are basically our roadmap to getting our focus back. Okay, so his whole system is built on these 4 powerful rules. Rule number 1, work deeply. This means building actual rituals and schedules around your focus time. Number 2, embrace boredom. You got to train your concentration muscle, and that means being okay with not being constantly stimulated. 3, quit social media, or at least be ruthless about quitting the platforms that don't clearly help you achieve your biggest goals. And finally, number 4, drain the shallows. This is all about aggressively cutting out the low-value tasks. You put these 4 together, and you've got an incredible system for focus. Look, putting these rules into practice is so much more than just a productivity hack. It's a fundamental shift in how you approach your life and your work. It's really about you deciding to take deliberate, conscious control over your single most valuable asset, your attention. The takeaway here is incredibly clear, and it's so important. In a world that is just overflowing with noise and distractions, your ability to shut all of that out, to actually think, to produce work of real substance, that's not just an advantage anymore. It's the defining skill for success in this century. The future truly belongs to those who can focus. So, I'll leave you with a question to really think about. What is the number 1 shallow task that steals your focus every single day? Really identify it. And then more importantly, what's one small step you can take, starting this week, to start pushing that task aside and making more room for the deep work that matters?